Hi, my name is Gary Kremen, and I want to thank you ahead of time for spending the next 5 minutes to learn about myself and why I'm the best candidate to safeguard your water supply. I'm one of the 2 candidates running for the Santa Clara Valley Water District, which includes the areas of Palo Alto, Mountain View, Los Altos Hills, Los Gatos, Monte Sereno, and other parts of the Santa Clara County. Currently, I'm the president of the Purisima Hills Water District, which is the water district for most of Los Altos Hills and other parts of Santa Clara County. Purisima Hills delivers safe, clean water every day. We run a real tight financial ship, and we're above average savers of water. I actually lead our water conservation efforts. I've been endorsed by all my fellow board members on the Purisima board. While we don't always agree on things, for example, I was the only person to oppose a rate increase recently, as I fight for ratepayers and taxpayers. As a board member, I never took stipends or any money from our board, while my opponent here takes one of the highest compensation packages in the state of California, nearly $50,000 for an all-volunteer job. By day, I'm a clean technology engineer, having started such companies as Clean Power Finance, which is the leading residential finance company in the United States. We employ over 200 people in San Francisco. In the past, I started Match.com, having invented online dating and being indirectly responsible for over 1 million babies. I have 4 patents to my name, including dynamic web pages, which is used by over 1 billion people every day. At the same time, I'm chairman of WaterSmart Software, which is the leading water conservation company in the United States that compares you to your neighbors and makes water conservation recommendations. Our home water reports are in use in Palo Alto, Mountain View, and over 20 other cities. Actually, we've saved over 120 million gallons of water already. I'm running for the water district to fix the current drought and be better prepared for future droughts. For example, the Santa Clara Valley Water District, AKA the Golden Spigot, has stored over 25% of your drinking water near Bakersfield. Now they have no credible way to get it back. They, until recently, were advertising on buses, on VTA buses, to stay out of floods during the worst drought in modern history. At the same time, the San Francisco Creek in Palo Alto hasn't been fixed. It's been 16 years. It's being currently stopped by a small group that has endorsed my opponent and are his political allies. This is the same opponent that supports the unfair tax that you pay for state water project water. This is water that's been denied to you both in normal times and during this drought. We could be using that money for increased local conservation funding and the fund reuse of water. When I'm elected, I'm going to listen to our local communities and stop actions like what the Golden Spigot tried to do in Mountain View to Cuesta Annex in McKelvey Park, and in Los Altos, the Block Intermediate School, in poorly engineered flood control projects. Like my successful innovation that I've done for online dating and dynamic web pages and founding the leading residential solar finance company, the Water District needs innovative thoughts. For example, instead of sending us once a year a report on water quality, they should send it to us every day through an app. Others actually agree that I can help fix the drought in the district. Those include Anna Eshoo, Congressman Swalwell, the Santa Clara Democratic Party, and the Chamber of Commerce. Statewide officials such as John Chung, Dave Jones, former Controller Wesley all agree. All the assembly people in the district, Rich Gordon, Paul Fong, Mark Stone, agree, as do law enforcement such as the sheriff, the DA, Jerry Hill, the majority of the Board of Supervisors, the majority of city councils in Los Altos Hills and Palo Alto agree. So do majorities of the school board endorse me. A lot of local folks, like here in Mountain View, Margaret Abe Koga, Mike Kasperzak, Tom Means, Matt Pear, and a lot of mayors see it my way. The mayors of Cupertino, Campbell, Los Gatos, Palo Alto, and Menlo Park all think that I can help stop the drought and prevent future droughts. So thanks for listening today, and I would love to have your vote. Thank you very much again.
Hi, you elected me to bring change to the Water District Board and you got it. So let's continue the momentum we've created. I'm Brian Schmidt and I'm asking for your support of my re-election to Santa Clara Valley Water District, District 7, representing cities in North Santa Clara County and extending south to Montserrano, Los Gatos, and South Almaden Valley. We've made tremendous progress protecting the water supply for you and the 2 million people in the county. We did an excellent job preparing for the drought, storing a year's worth of water in the county and another year's worth outside the county. I led an increase in water conservation rebates even before the drought. When the state declared a drought emergency in January this year, I developed a plan that doubled water conservation rebates, learned from the best drought responses in-state and globally, and accelerated our recycled water programs. We need to do even more, but all this has put you and your family in far better position than we would have been otherwise. Just as important is that it helps us in the long term, changing our water use and recognizes we live in the beautiful but dry California, not a rain-drenched English-style landscape. As part of our need for long-term change, I am the candidate willing to talk about beginning potable, drinkable reuse of recycled wastewater. This is astronaut water, and if it's healthy enough for astronauts, then it's healthy enough for the rest of us. Potable reuse is being done in Orange County, in Singapore, and elsewhere, and we can get half or more of our water through this drought-proof local source. This is the real and secure vision for your future and ours here in Silicon Valley, one that we need to start. Even in a drought, we have to prepare for flooding. Despite last winter being dry, we still had flooding in the Bay Area. Flood protection is another major component of the Water District's mission, and I've worked hard to combine that with environmental protection. I'm proud of my role in the Safe Clean Water Measure B campaign in 2012, which you passed with 74% approval. That measure starts funding the protection of all of us from tidal flooding and sea level rise along the bay, something that threatens all of us on the highways as well as the businesses that drive our economy. The measure also delivered local funding, for example, finally providing enough funding to construct flood protection on San Francisco Creek. In doing all this, I've emphasized your voice and making sure your money is well spent. I led on revamping the citizen advisory committees for the Water District to give them more authority and move board meetings to the evenings so everyone could attend. I identified inefficient spending on planning and design of projects and brought real cost savings, and even got our board to cut its own pay. My support for government reform and giving you a voice includes opposition to big money campaigns. I'm the candidate who supports campaign budget limits, limits on the maximum donations that the rich can give to their candidate for the Water District, and limits on the corrupting influence of loans by candidates to their own campaigns. I've done this consistently because I'm not for sale and I'm not trying to buy the office for myself. I'm here to serve you. Serve you means uniting our community, not dividing it. I support using the State Water Project property tax funding in Palo Alto and Mountain View to increase water conservation and water recycling. I strongly oppose the proposed removal of this tax, which primarily benefits the wealthiest and will raise water rates on everyone in other communities, including some in Mountain View and Los Altos Hills, and everyone in Los Altos, Los Gatos, Montserrano, and South Almaden. It is not an accident that only environmental organizations endorsing local candidates for office, the local Sierra Club chapter and the local Santa Clara County League of Conservation Voters have endorsed me. County Assessor Larry Stone, State Senator Jim Bell, former Supervisors Liz Niss and Susie Wilson, and many other leaders support my re-election. Elected leaders familiar with the needs of varied ethnic communities, such as Water District Director Nai Shua and East Palo Alto Council Member Ruben Abrica, know and support my work at the Water District. The majority of leaders on the Santa Clara Open Space Authority and Flood Protection Agency for San Francisco Creek have endorsed me. They all know that I will serve you. Please read my website, brianforwater.org, to see the long list of endorsers. I will continue working on all of this for you. Again, please visit my website at brianforwater.org to learn more, and I ask for your support to continue serving you and your community. Thank you.